Pakistani proxies continue to wage war against Indian forces in the valley, there is a more sinister campaign at play here. Well, in Pakistan, a jihadi coup is already underway with the terror outfits joining hands, threatening the Kashmiriyat. Well, NewsX has managed to access at least 3 clear evidences of how the axis of jihad has been forged in Pakistan. Well, first is an audio tape of JEM commander who threatens to march to Delhi. In POK, the Haqqani seminary Shahiul Haq has shared the stage with Hafiz Saeed, who asked for waging war against India. Well, their agenda is clear. They want Kashmir to become an Islamic state. Well, first listen in to that audio of Jaish-e-Mohammed commander.
हमले के बाद जो शोर था कि मार दो, पकड़ लो और घुसकर मारो, वो शोर अब आहों, सिसकियों और हसरतों में बदल चुका है। अब कहा जा रहा है कि हमारे अंदर के भेदियों ने नुकसान पहुंचाया। कभी कहा जा रहा है कि हमारी फौज निकम्मी और नाकारा है, अपने कैंप की हिफाजत न कर सकी, हालांकि मुजाहिदीन को 6 जगह रोका जा सकता था। कभी कहा जा रहा है कि हमारी फिजाई ताकत कमज़ोर है, 60% तैयारे चलने के काबिल नहीं। कभी कहा जा रहा है कि हम जंग करेंगे मगर गुर्बत के खिलाफ, बेरोजगारी के खिलाफ। वाकई ये सब जिहाद फी सबीलिल्लाह की करामत है। ये कश्मीर के मजलूम खून की करामत है। ये खून अब इंडिया के गले तक सरायत कर चुका है और अब इस खून का सफर इंडिया के दिमाग की तरफ शुरू हो चुका है।
Well, in fact, this is a very chilling audio that we just heard. Let me bring in our executive editor, Rishabh Gulati, who joins us with more on this. This axis of jihad, Rishabh, if you can break it down for us.
You know, this is the worrying sign and the worrying indications we are trying to put together for our viewers. This is the real face of the terror machinery that is now coming together in an axis of jihad on the other side of the line of Kashmir. Who are these people? Let me put out their names. The man you just heard ranting and raving, this man's name is Abdul Rauf Asghar. He is one of the brother-in-laws of Masood Azhar, the JEM chief. He is there on the JEM publications on an open website, making direct references to the Uri attack and saying, and I quote, after the Uri attack there was a lot of hue and cry about the need for surgical strike, but that noise has now turned into tears and pain, making direct threats against India. He's speaking out, public domain. This is coming just in the backdrop, immediately after an individual called Samiul Haq, who is a theologian of the Haqqaniya, a man whose theology, whose institute of terror produced the likes of Mullah Omar of the Taliban and Asim Umar, who leads one of the Al-Qaeda affiliates in South Asia. These people, Samiul Haq, along with Hafiz Saeed, were at a rally together. Never been seen before. These are operatives who operate on Pakistan's Western Terror Front. The Eastern Terror Front targets India, the Western Terror Front targets the United States and the Afghani elements on the Afghan border and into Kabul. All of them are coming together in an axis of jihad with a clear plan and a vision of what they want in Kashmir, which is to replace the notion of Kashmiriyat with the Islamic State. This is the axis of evil, the axis of jihad, the axis of terror that we are exposing right now.
Well, in fact, also joining us, our editor-in-chief, Rahul Shivshankar. Well, Rahul, these are telltale signs of a larger conspiracy against India.
You know, you have to look at it from the aspect of the larger project, the Wahhabi project, to try and hijack the Kashmir cause and give it fresh momentum under the banner of Islam. That is really what is happening, and that too, the Salafi Wahhabi brand of Islam. The problem that the Pakistani establishment, especially those that are part of the deep state in Pakistan, was that it was becoming difficult to enthuse the ordinary citizens of Jammu and Kashmir to continue with a fight against India, simply because on the side of the border, this side of the LOC, you had a situation where normalcy was returning very quickly to the Kashmir Valley, so much so that the so-called separatists had become sidelined. And in large numbers, in fact, 80% of the electorate had come out and voted, despite the boycott of call by separatists such as Gilani and company. These individuals and larger citizenry had begun to place their faith in the Indian constitution as well as on India and governance. And the integration of Jammu and Kashmir was happening at a pace that was unpalatable to the deep state in Pakistan. Now, how is it that they could continue to make this entire agitation, so to speak, in Jammu and Kashmir relevant and also give it legs? The way they tried to do this now was to inject a degree of the Islamic credo, and therefore you see the coming together of theologians as well as, of course, the Lashkar-e-Toiba chief, who himself is a proponent of the Wahhabi Salafi school. And you see this growing arch, and I just want to bring in Rishabh also, because this is a point that was also made in different quarters in government. Government is now convinced, Rishabh, that over time, this movement in Jammu and Kashmir no longer represents any aspiration that has been voiced by indigenous Kashmiris. It has been completely hijacked, and it has been supplanted by dangerous Salafism, which seems to destroy the original character of Kashmiriyat and supplant it with a more virulent strain. And that is really what is happening. I think there's a press conference being held, Rajnath Singh speaking. Let's go straight across and listen in.